at the petitioner's table and to address the committee. You have the floor, please.
Greetings and warm embrace to everybody. Greetings and warm embrace to everybody. On behalf of the Borinquen National Assembly, we want to express our support for the resolution presented by the provisional government of the sovereign national state of Borinquen for the Decolonization Committee to please consider it today before these hearings end. Once approved by this committee, the resolution, please, must be submitted to the General Assembly for this body to vote affirmatively on it. The resolution, which must be included in the agenda of the next session that begins in September of this year, asks the Assembly to require the International Court of Justice, I said the International Court of Justice, to issue an advisory opinion on the colonial case of Puerto Rico. The International Court has issued several advisory opinions on other colonial cases such as the Chagos Islands and Western Sahara. In both cases, the decision of this honorable court has favored the termination of colonial domination in those territories and their return to the legitimate owners, original owners. We also hope, so in relation to our colonial situation, the United States, which is the power that has exercised total control over the life of the people of Puerto Rico for the past 125 years, will not be able to deceive the court as it did with the General Assembly in 1953. We know from reliable sources that the Yankee imperialist government is already plotting to stop this request from the sovereign national state, but it is up to us to prevent this abusive government and violator of our human rights from getting away with it. They go on preventing projects for plebiscites that never presenting projects for plebiscites that never come to anything, to give the impression that they want to solve the colonial problem that they themselves created. But in reality, they are just smoke screens to entertain you and entertain the people of Puerto Rico. They do not want to liberate Puerto Rico. They want us as their eternal slaves. Since last year, when the sovereign national state of Borinquen proposed that this resolution be approved, the U.S. government began to block it. They know that if the case reaches the International Tribunal, its decision will be favorable to the people of Puerto Rico, and that this will be the beginning of the end of their colonial domination over our people. For this reason, please, we must be attentive to the hidden movements of the evil empire and report them as soon as we detect them. In the past, the vast majority of the organizations and parties that have come before this body have asked it to send the case of Puerto Rico back to the General Assembly so that it can be re-examined in light of the new information that the government itself of the United States has issued through 3 branches, in which it states that our country lacks its own sovereignty and that it resides in the federal Congress. For more than 40 years, that has not been possible for various reasons. However, one of the most important is because the General Assembly, like the Pope, has the gift of infallibility and therefore is not going to revoke itself. Albert Einstein once said that doing the same thing all the time and expecting different results is the syndrome of insanity. It is for this reason that we are proposing a different path to achieve the liberation of a country which has been living for more than a century, for 125 years, under the domination of the United States Empire, one of the cruelest in the world, which has used our people as guinea pigs. Even today, that perverse government continues to carry out scientific experiments against the people of Puerto Rico without anybody stopping them. That foreign government has carried out crimes against humanity, against Puerto Rico and its population. It has committed crimes of genocide, racism, and constant violations of our rights. That is why we urge this committee to please, once and for all, redeem itself and look for another alternative to help the people of Puerto Rico achieve the long-awaited freedom to which we aspire. That alternative is that you please approve the resolution today before the end of these hearings and send it to the General Assembly for.
I thank Mr. Daniel Vila for the information provided to the committee, and I remind that full statements may be submitted. You may now withdraw.